Hello and welcome. My name's Simon Carney and we're here at the Asia Pacific Data Center Leadership Council. Today I'm with Lim Wei Wah from Microsoft. Mr. Lim, thank you for being with us.
It's my pleasure. Hi, Simon.
Why is it so important to challenge conventional wisdom in the way you run data centers?
There are a lot of common practice that people have been trying and it's not as effective. Right. One of the radical change, we used to have data center hosted underground, right? And now we have data center hosted above the building, right? So that we can tap on the cold air. Why is that so? It's mainly because for 8 months in the winter countries, you can use the cold air just to cool down your systems.
What is write memory technology?
Memory actually constitute quite fair amount of power consumption. So if you look at the 50 nanometer memory chips that offer, right, it takes up to 33% of the total utilization of the systems. Whereas if you use a Samsung 30 nanometer memory chips, DDR3, the green memory, right, you bring down to 15% of the power ratio in terms of the whole system consumption.
What is Microsoft's green agenda?
We certainly like to play an important part by using software and technology innovations to help to improve the environment that we live in. At the same time, it certainly will help to reduce the power consumption, carbon footprint, and even reduce the water consumptions. We are also looking at sites that who can help us to provide hydropower. We also look at from the equipment standpoint, the system standpoint, looking at using the right memory, the right processors to help us to drive the energy efficient commitment.
Can you tell us about some of the virtualization and cloud services that Microsoft offers that's driving this investment or this growth in data centers?
If you look at some of the cloud services that we offer in the commercial space, Azure, right, Windows Azure, SQL Azure. We also have the software as a service, looking at the Office 365, the Dynamics.
What have you achieved in your data centers by changing the memory device?
If we look at how this will play a part in the data center context, we are looking at 58% saving at the crate level, right? And then 23% in the data center level. So it's a quite significant saving if you consider picking out the right memory. It does play a bigger impact, contribution to the reducing the power consumptions.
Can you give me some examples of innovative energy efficiency measures that Microsoft has used to reduce power in its data centers?
There are few areas that we look at. The first one we talk about is the hydropower. So we actually choose a place that near the water sources. We look at doubling, right, which is a location that who has a lot of cold air that we can drive upon. And then in terms of the modular data center, which will allow us, the Gen 4 data center that allow us to drive far more integrated energy consumptions. And we start to deploy Gen 4 data center, the container type of data center. Other than the hydropower that we talk about, we actually look out for water resources, water generation plant, build our data center closer to the plant so we can tap on not just the cheap resources, but more environmental friendly resources. And then at the system level, we are looking at how to do the right sizing, right provisioning, so we don't overload, we don't over provision the processing, the memory power. And obviously the last one is that using the right memory, the right technology, the right processing, the right storage that help us to bring down the energy consumptions.
Why is it important to address data center and server power consumption together?
We look at it from the holistic optimization standpoint because by picking out using the right memory and the right storage, it does bring down the thermal consumption, reducing the thermal heat load, not just on the power alone, and that itself will help to bring down the air conditioning requirement, the crate unit, the heating room requirements in the data center.
Mr. Lim, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Simon.